All right, so let's get right into it. All right, class is in session, so questions from you guys. So here we go. How do you visualize winning the lottery in the end? And a couple bonus questions. How long does it take to manifest a lottery jackpot win? And why are you giving this information away for free? You could make tons of money in this. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Okay. Uh, we're going to talk about how to visualize winning the lottery in the end. And why do I give this information away? Because there's universal laws that show us about how things work. So if you don't know everybody, my name is Mark Haunt, and I've won numerous top prizes in the lottery using what I call universal laws. I call it law of attraction, subconscious mind, and quantum physics. That's how I do it. And I teach and I help people to do everything in that way. And why do I give it away? Because universal laws, the more you give, the more you receive. Now, I will say one thing. Okay. The book, I even wrote a book about it, that I recommend you to get. That book is a Amazon bestseller. Put a link here somewhere where you can go get the book. So there you go. So there's my plug. Okay, so at least I didn't give away something for free, right? So you can go get the book, but everything else is pretty much there. I know a lot of people charge a lot of money for this, but I don't. I want everyone to achieve their goals, because you win, I win, we all win. That's the universal law. The more you give freely, the more you receive. All right, so let's do this. All right. So visualization is a critical part in creating. So this is the lottery and everything you desire. So okay, let me touch on the other one real fast. How long does it take to manifest a lottery win? It'll take anywhere from a couple months to a couple years, based on your belief that you're going to win. It could be shorter based on the belief. So that's a question I get asked a lot, and now you know the answer. So between a few months to a few years it could take to manifest it. Remember, the time is an illusion. Okay, so all right, so if you know anything, so let me teach you how this stuff works so you can get it. When I won and I continue to win, anything I do now, I am a artist in visualization. And I'm going to teach you this. This is a art. This is a skill. You have to do this. This is, man, if you can get this down pat, your life will change. So I'm going to give you the basic principles of do this, particularly with the lottery. So whenever you're going to create anything, your mind is what creates reality. Your mind creates what we call matter. So the thing the first law about the universe you have to understand, guys, is the universe is in you. You are the universe. Your consciousness is the creator of all of this stuff. So whatever you deem in your mind, your imagination, it will actually become your physical reality. And that takes place due to a very powerful part of your mind called the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious and the conscious mind, they work a little different. And this is why visualization is important, because you have to know how to target each part of the mind. So let me give you the do nots when you visualize. Do not do this, because it's not going to work. Most people do this and you're not going to get the results. When most people visualize, they visualize a beginning, a middle, and trying to see how they're going to get it. When you do that, you escape your subconscious, you enter the logical mind. The reason you do not want to visualize this way, because you're not going to get the results you want or desire, because your logical mind is so limited. It's limited in its perception to get you what you want. So now, get that out the way. So here is how you correctly visualize. And this could be for lottery or anything, but I'm just going to touch on the lottery, and then you can apply this to any part of your life. You could use this technique to do house, business, is the same principle. So let's go into the lottery. I'm going to talk about how I did it and how I continue to do it. So whenever you're going to create something, you must always go to the end. The end is the most important part. The reason you go to the end is because you let the universe do the work. You allow your subconscious to do the work. So what I do when I visualize the lottery, how do you visualize a lottery jackpot in the end? So here's what I would do, and I did this. I break them up into scenes. These could be 3 different scenes, and they could have no meaning, no interaction between each scene. So scene number 1 would, and this is what I did when I won my first top prize in the Fantasy 5 here in Florida. What I did was I would visualize myself at the supermarket, public supermarket. That's where I check my tickets. I would visualize myself already there, and I had a ticket in my hand, and the machine is there, and I scan the machine, and scan the ticket, the machine says top prize, claim at lottery. That's exactly how I want it, just like that. Then I would jump to another scene. The other scene would now, I would already have what I wanted. Let's say I want my car, I would be in the car driving my car. There is the other scene. Then what else I did? I jumped to another scene. I see myself already in the lottery office and presenting my ticket, and the lady's scanning the ticket, and it says the amount of money there, and she looks and says congratulations. Those are end scenes. So let me give an example of something else. Let's say if you want to do a business or own something, you would go right to the end. Notice I didn't have a beginning or a middle, and I do that purposely because when you put things in beginning and middle, you bring in your logical mind. When your logical mind comes in, it pushes out your higher illogical subconscious mind. So now you limit your ability to manifest and create. So that's how you visualize anything in the end. Now, next part of this is when you're visualizing something, you also have to have a mindset about the thing you're visualizing. And the mindset you must have is with the lottery. When you visualize the lottery, you have to let go of the outcome. You cannot be obsessive about how or well, more likely when you're going to win and the money. So here's the secret to this. Whenever I'm visualizing in the end, I focus on the positive energy of winning. So in the end of visualizing something, my mind will just be on, wow, it feels good. It feels this way. This is what it feels normal to win. That's how you do it. Now, the reason this works is because two minds have two different jobs. What people do, they cross the two jobs up. You see, in your conscious mind, the job of your conscious mind, it always tries to figure out how and when to get what you want. Your subconscious mind doesn't need that. It's connected. It knows all sorts of information. So what your subconscious mind does, your subconscious mind goes right to the end, and then it figures out the how, the when, and then when it does that, it sends that information to your logical conscious mind, and then your conscious mind gives you that information as is it, like it did it. But so you always want to do that. All right. So all right, now let's touch on I told about the years and a few months. So let me talk about now how that works. So whenever you're creating anything, guys, using visualization, so the first part you have to do is you have to establish the fundamentals. There are fundamentals you must know, and I remember I talked about this. I said the universe has fundamental laws, and you have to know to operate those. So here are the fundamental laws you have to do. Number one law, you must believe it's possible for you. Number two law, you must release any resistance or limiting beliefs about that. And number three law, you have to be consistent in the imagery process of that. And you start to do those three things, then you start to influence the universe to work in your favor. Hey, hello, how you doing today? All right. So always remember this. When you're going to visualize anything, you go to the end. Let's use another example. Let's say you're aspiring singer, or want to be an actor or an actress. Okay. So if you're a singer and you want to have your big break, this is how you would do it. You would just visualize you're already in a big concert with millions of people. Then you split that scene. You go to another scene. You're on the television, on the stage, receiving an award. You split that scene. You go to another scene. You're in signing your book or signing your music. You jump to another scene. You're on Spotify. Then you jump to another scene. You've seen royalties come in. Jump to another scene. You're trapped. You see, this is the correct way to visualize anything. How do you know that? People, that's what I did it. That's what I was doing. And it kept working, and that's what people work. And you got to understand, you cannot, well, the best way I'm going to put this to you, you cannot trick the universe. Okay? You cannot trick the universe. Let me repeat that. What do I mean by that? You cannot go around or get around the universe. It doesn't work that way. There are fundamental laws that all of us have to adhere to. And one of the fundamental laws is this. we create and we manifest through our unconscious our subconscious mind. Everything comes through that way. Your logical mind is just a step to the bigger picture. So what we've been taught is, and the reason we visualize, the reason we put things in linear part, like we have a beginning, we have a middle, we have an end, because we've been socially conditioned in our logical minds to do that. Notice how your mind is always trying to figure out, like, man, how am I going to get this stuff, man? But how? But why? But you can't. All of that, right? You don't have to do that. It's not your job to do that. So whenever you're going to visualize, that's the epitome of end thinking. So let me repeat again. Let me go over this so you can really get it. Always remember, go into your mind's eye, see what you want. You can break them up into scenes. Your super aware higher mind will organize all these things for you, and then they'll pop up in the right moment. Okay? Do you see how that works? Now, with the lottery again, and part of this question here is right in the end part. Now, whenever you're doing the lottery, whenever you're visualizing a lottery, there's only a few scenes you can do, and I'll let you know what they are. If you can come up with your own, it's fine. Here they are. Scene number 1, you're checking the ticket. Scene number two, you're using your winnings and you're helping, doing whatever you're doing with your winnings, your family, home, business, whatever. Scene number 3, you're already in the office, claiming the money. See, you can even do another scene. Scene number 4, you're traveling, whatever. Those are pretty much the scenes that you can do. Those are the scenes I can do, right? So someone says, okay, is that what meditation is? No. Meditation and visualization are two completely different things. Meditation, I should do another video on meditation, but since you asked it, let's address it here. Meditation is the process of getting aligned on the frequency of what you want. Meditation is putting you in a space to receive the downloads, to feel connected, to release resistance. Visualization is the creative process of bringing what you want from the non-physical into the physical. Meditation puts you on it. Visualization gives the specifics of what you want to the universe. Okay? So you can you can visualize and do it, and you don't have to meditate as well. When I was visualizing and winning the lottery, I didn't do a lot of meditation. I was just more into the visualization. Now let me say something important about visualization too when it comes to creating anything you want. You have to be very consistent. When I was doing this, it took a little over a year for me to win my first big win, and I was doing this every night because I loved it. It made me feel good. So it's something that you have to be into. And then also, let me teach you something else about how this works. When your mind gets it, you will know. It will send you a signal. It will tell you, hey, stop visualizing. It will start to feel like a chore. When it feels like a chore, that's the mind saying to you, hey, Mark, you can chill now. I got this. You can focus on something else. So if you find yourself forcing this, that's a good sign. If it says that, hey, your mind has grabbed it. Some people's minds could grab it earlier or later than others. For me, I love the process of doing that. So in order to make anything work, here we go again. When you visualize the end. Don't worry about how or when, okay? Your mind will jump in and say, but wait, how are we going to do this, man? How are we going to get that stuff? No, that's not your job. Tell your mind, it's not my job. Next part, you repeat the process over and over and over. And when you do that, bam, the mind will put you in the right place at the right time to win. So, hopefully, that answers your question, all right? So when you visualize, put in different scenes, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and don't try to organize them. Don't you have to say, well, does this have to make sense or no? No. All you have to do is project it, expect it, and receive it when it comes to that. Now, let me touch on some of the universal laws. So I noticed that this is about quantum physics, and I said the subconscious mind. Now, here's what you need to know about this stuff, guys, is that anything that we see in our world comes from one place. It comes from the awareness of everything you see. When you conjure something up in your mind, that is your awareness predicting and creating something that you've already predicted and created many, many eons ago. So for you, if your desire is to manifest to win the lottery, you will do it because it pops into your head. If your desire is to become an actress, a singer, an owner, a business, whatever, you can do it. But I encourage everyone, and I teach is you have anything you want, visualize. So now you should know how to correctly visualize and receive your goals and dreams. All right. See you next time.